I'm Dan Shea, the Executive Director of TheatreWorks. Welcome to the Peoria Center for the Performing Arts. And I'm sitting here with Rusty Farrakhan, who's playing the role of Cervantes/Quixote in Man of La Mancha, a wonderful, wonderful musical by Dale Wasserman, Joe Darian, and Mitch Lee, which opens our Masterworks series in October. And Rusty's playing the marvelous role with a really, really strong cast. So it's just great to have you back at our stage.
Being here.
So, tell me a little bit about Man of La Mancha from your point of view, the joy of doing this show. What attracted you to this role?
Well, I think it's probably, if not the greatest, one of the greatest male roles ever written for the musical theater. It's a great opportunity for an actor to work his acting chops and his singing chops. I get to play three characters, really. I get to play Cervantes, who is portraying Alonso Quijano, who thinks he is Don Quixote. So I get to go back and forth and in and out and weave in and out of those characters, and it's a thrill. It's really fun.
Of course, it is based on the great literary masterpiece Don Quixote, but it doesn't tell just that story. It's really a backstory, a biographical story. And you know, people always expect the word musical to be followed by the word comedy.
Right.
This is really more of a musical play, musical
Yes.
drama, I would think. Not that there's not laughter and movement and dance and obviously great song, but there's a lot that's going on in this play.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now, you've played the role before, some time ago.
30 years ago.
Yeah, how was, aside from making the beard work a little bit, how has the passage of time changed how you approach the role?
Yeah. Well, I think this time I'm really looking forward to approaching it with a different perspective. I think the first time I was so keyed into the whole Don Quixote characterization, and this time I'm approaching it more as though it's Cervantes' story. You know, when he wrote Don Quixote, it was during the Inquisition, when the society was a mess, and he was pretty angry and bitter about that, and he was sort of mocking the chivalry novels of the time and the novels about knighthood, so he was kind of mocking it. And I like the idea of presenting it now as Cervantes is telling this story that he's writing to the prisoners, and as he's telling it, he is making fun of this poor little sad knight who's very idealistic, and he's eventually evolving like the prisoners are and falling into the story and really connecting with the moral and the meaning of the story that Don Quixote is telling. So I like that he has a little growth and arc too, just like the prisoners do.
Now, this is the show's 50th anniversary. That has something to do with how and why we chose it. 50 years is a nice round number. We also knew Dale Wasserman, who was the author of the book and the play portion of it, and the play and the television show on which it was based. And we knew him well at TheatreWorks. We produced any number of his plays. We just did One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which was his script. We did the world premiere of a play called Premiere a couple of years ago, just as he was passing away. And he lived here in the Valley. It was nice to have that connection with him. It's also the first show I ever saw alone on Broadway. I was by myself and saw Richard Kiley and watched that big old set go down. And the combination of passion and song really made an impression on me, and I think it's one of the shows that is the reason that I do what I do in working in theater and have for my life. Is there something about this role that really speaks to you?
You know, this role speaks to everyone, but I think it really speaks to men in general, and I think it speaks to that desire that men have to be chivalrous and to be noble and to pursue that impossible dream.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Give me one bar.
Give you a line. Well, yeah, and that's why I love this role, is because I get to sing one of the most iconic songs in musical history, in musical theater, and he's basically explaining to Aldonza why he does what he does and what a quest is, and that it's the duty of each night. And then he says, no, nay, it's the privilege of each night to go on their quest. And he'll just sing, and he says, to dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go.
Wow. Come join us for Man of La Mancha at TheaterWorks this month at Peoria Center for the Performing Arts. That's great.